G'day everyone, and welcome to the 14th game and final game for this session. Now, as you can see, once again I have grabbed the Panzer IIIJ, and we're again back at this scenario where we have the railway off to the right. And of course I choose to go to the right. I don't know why, but I always do on this. I suppose eventually I'll end up going different ways down the middle or down the left side, but no, at the moment I'm going to the right and heading down this way. Now it looks like I'm all on my own, but if you keep an eye on the left you'll see a couple of my teammates come out from the left hand side. So I'm not alone, and I'm just trying out this little spot I just noticed here, which was a good hiding spot, but the Panzer III is not tall enough. You need a tall tank to hide there with the turret just showing above, and I'm just now following my fellow teammates down along here. Now I know enemy tanks love coming this way as well. Got a couple of tanks that are spotted. I'm looking to see if I actually have a shot at any of them, and unfortunately no, I don't. So now I turn around and I continue on my merry way and decide I should have a look and see if I can get a shot, but no, there's too much ground between me and them, so I'll keep going, and I'm sticking to the left. So that I'm not visible to most of the enemy tanks. Now my fellow teammates are firing at someone here. I'm trying to see if I can come around and get a bead on them. Just there, just as I go to get a bead on them, I fire one shot and then he's taken out by one of the other teammates. Now I stick to these trees to help try and hide me from any enemy tanks, and I'm sticking to the side here and that, and coming down here, still nothing visible, nothing showing up. And I dart behind here, and lo and behold I find another perfect place where you could hide. Unfortunately I'm still on an angle. What I should have done was back down a bit and got to level ground. But I thought where I was I wouldn't have had enough time. I thought enemy tanks would have been around, and so I should have stayed there like this for a while. And I'm looking at the map, and the top of the screen is showing that the green team has only killed 2 of the red, and on the map it's only showing about 3, maybe 4 red players. So I know the rest of them have to be hanging around their base. There's got to be more of them down here, so I'm taking my sweet time before I come out of there. I'm looking around, checking to try and find out where the enemy tanks are, and I'm thinking this is a damn good spot to get into. But usually when you come this way you've come across enemy tanks before you get to this point, and it's really only good if you've got enemy tanks coming along this way. Right now I'm just looking at the enemy tanks that are visible from the other players, and now I've decided to go ahead. Nothing seems to be coming, and I'll take the chance and see what happens. And bingo, I spot someone and they've spotted me, and behind this tree I really don't have any cover in that, so I think a bit of discretion, and unfortunately I stay to the left hand side even though I'm doing a bit of weaving and that, which is helping him to miss me. I should have actually stayed to the right in that, but I come back to the left, which still puts me in his sights, and he still has a good clear shot at me, and bang, I'm taken out. And I'm thinking, that's the end of it. At the moment there's only 3 red eliminated and 7 green, and at the moment I'm panning around the tank to show you what this particular tank looks like when it's been destroyed, when you've been knocked out and they show up as being destroyed, which is quite interesting. And as you can see, the T28EF is the one that took me out, and now I'm changing to different players from my team, and as you can see, this tank is taking on this red tank, and yes, he's able to eliminate him. Then there's another tank up there which is shooting at him, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the T-28 that took me out. And to rub salt into the wound, the cheeky bugger is sitting right next to my destroyed tank, using it as partial cover. So I only find out that once he's been taken out, and it goes back to that tank. As you can see, that's my tank, and there he is. Cheeky little bugger, using me as cover, even though he got his track knocked off. And he continues on his merry way. If you look at his health bar there, he's right down low, so basically one good shot would take him out. Unfortunately, he doesn't get that one good shot. So I've now changed back. When you look up at the top, there's only 3 green players left against, let me see, against 6 red players. Man, talk about one-sided. So you got these 2 here and one other tank, according to the map, over there, the base, which is in AMX. So we are basically really battling uphill here. This guy goes around here, and then very shortly we just lost another player, which was the Hetzer there. Again, the guy that took me out, the T-28 took him out. This guy's there, the T-28's coming around. I just lost track of him, and now we're just waiting to see if anything shows up. And now it's 2 against 5. Oh, talk about bad odds. And it's one shot off at the other tank, T-28. He's been spotted. Now he's backing up. He's leaving. He doesn't want to be too. And now we've got an enemy tank in our base. And he's now moved. He's not in the base. What I think the red team is doing is going for a total tank kill victory. Because they had the chance to take the base, but they didn't stay there. Obviously, there's only one red tank over this side, all the others are over the other side, except for this one, and it's a one-on-one duel at the moment. And even though that little tank's got more speed and more manoeuvrable, they're still duking it out. And yes, he managed to take him out, but his life bar is right down low, so basically one more shot and my teammate here will be gone. And now there's only basically the 2 left, and he's just backing up, keeping an eye. He knows there's another red tank down that way, and this is the worst part, having to come up in full view of everybody on a high ridge. And he's turning around whilst keeping his gun trained that way. No sign of the red tank, so he's now heading back towards the base to help out down that way, I believe. He just got taken out because a red tank has spotted him from the side somewhere, or behind. I'm not sure exactly where the red tank was that took him out. There's a red tank in the centre there. I stayed with this fella, with this teammate for a while, because we've got 1 against 4, and you can kiss this game goodbye. Basically, there's no way one player is going to be able to win against 4 tanks, especially 2 blasted heavy tanks. And then you notice it's this little dude, AMX ELC. tiny little thing, very low profile, hasn't got a hope in hell of winning against any of these tanks. You would think. Well, he's just been able to take out one tank, and he keeps moving around, making it hard for the enemy to get a bead on him. He's got a good life bar. He's not full of life. And here comes that T-28. Of course, where he is, he's down low. The T-28 has a shot at him, and bang, he takes the T-28 out. So now it's down to 1 to 2, and he's zipping around the field and that. He's not going far from the base because he knows those red tanks are after the base and that, and because he's so low he is able to hide in amongst the bushes and that. And when you sort of look at this, it's 1 against 2. We haven't got a hope of hell, but it's now 1 against 1. I mean, this guy is flaming unreal. He's having a ball by the looks of things. He knows his tank. He knows how to bloody well use it. There's only 1 red tank left, and he's just knocked that life bar on that tank down. So 1 more shot should take him out. And being such a low silhouette of a tank, it's hard to get a bead on him and to get a shot at him. As you just saw, and he just took out the last tank, and that's a victory for us. So I shall leave you with this victory, and I shall see you next time I start uploading some more.